I attended WeHo Pride 2024. Here I'm chilling next to the trash can while my friends get themselves some drinks. For years, I've been asking myself this question. Does LGBTQ pride really matter? Some people in the world are fighting for their right to be, while many in West Hollywood seem to be fighting for their right to drink until they shit their pants. And a few are fighting for their right, evidently, to walk around with their full ass hanging out in a public park. There's positive and negative to everything. It's the nature of reality. On the first night of Pride, I got high. I'm not really big on getting high. I think the last time I got high before this year was last year Pride. Last year it was so fun. We just laughed and laughed and laughed. This year, getting high heightened my social anxiety. I couldn't handle the noise and the crowds, and I isolated myself from everyone, including my friends. I spent most of Friday night standing alone near the exit of the festival. My friends thought I was lost. They were texting me, and my friend told me to take a picture where I was. So I took a picture of my shoes in the grass. Ha 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 ha. Hilarious. I just got home from Friday Night Pride. It was a very strange night. I was a little high. My friends were all drinking excessively and having fun, and I just kind of couldn't relate. I went through this whole emotional journey of feeling like, oh, my friends, I have nothing in common with these people, and all the people at the festival, I felt like, wow, I have nothing in common with any of these people. And then I went through the kind of loving, kind phase. Kesha performed, and she was very inspiring. I really enjoyed her performance, and it kind of perked me up. Then some people asked me to take their picture on the way out, and I said, of course, and I took the picture, and one of them said I was cute. And of course, that validation always feels good. We all like to be validated, right? Yeah, I'm home, and I'm so excited to be home. You're leaving me so soon? You're leaving me so soon? One more treat? Okay, there you go. Okay, let's go see this. And get some sleep. Yeah, we'll see tomorrow. I'm going back to the festival tomorrow. Sophie Ellis-Bextor is performing, and I really have enjoyed her for years and years, so I'm really glad to be able to see her in person. And we'll see. I'm going to take it day by day, but we all left on a good note. Yeah, I'm ready for bed, so Grandpa needs a nap. See you tomorrow. Saturday, Pride Day 2. I woke up feeling optimistic, a little physically tired. Oh, I'm not used to going out. But I was looking forward to Sophie Ellis-Bextor's performance, and let me tell you, she did not disappoint. Is this a thing with other festivals where the DJs or the presenters who are on stage in between the performances keep using profanities like that's the way to get people energized? We're fighting for our motherfucking rights. We can do whatever the fuck we want. Which, I don't agree with that sentiment because we live in a society with other people. It's not just all about us. It's not just all about me. We live in a society with other people. I thought that was obvious. We can't do whatever the fuck we want. But there was so much F word and mother effer and it's like, I don't know, are they like, yeah, I'm a rebel, I'm rebellious, I don't care, I'll just I don't know, that doesn't appeal to me. But Sophie Ellis-Bextor got up there and she was so charming. She did not use one profanity. Noah Cyrus did. That's how they make their point sound more important, by using the F word. But Sophie Ellis-Bextor was just saying how lovely it was to be there and telling us all we were her darlings. And her performance was so high energy and sweet and fun, and I love all her music. I've been a fan for several years. And it was just great. I loved seeing her, and it was refreshing to have someone up there not spewing profanities the whole time. Is it too much to ask to clean it up a little bit? I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old. Honestly, one of my favorite moments from the entire weekend was seeing these two lesbian ladies. Don't get upset if I call them women. To me, these are just two old school lesbians. I love older lesbian couples. There's something so comforting about it. I'm not sure what it is, but they're just here having fun, dancing, being themselves. And if there is any value to Pride celebrations, it's this: the ability to just go somewhere and know that the crowd that you are surrounded with supports you and that you can be yourself and have fun and dance. Of course, right next to them is someone with their ass hanging out. I'm ready for bed. I just wanted to record this while it was fresh in my mind. I just got home from Saturday Pride, and it was much better. Substance free, no drinking. My friends were drinking, but I just enjoyed the show. Sophie Ellis Bextor was so good. I love her so much. She was so high energy and sweet and kind, and she didn't feel the need to use profanity. The F word was just being thrown around so freely by the DJ woman. I mean, really, is it necessary to add into everything? Like, Sophie Alice Baxter, are you ready to party? It gets old really quickly. Am I a prude? It's not necessary. And it just seemed like the DJs and the hosts that would get up on stage were just yelling. They're just yelling at us. There's always like, yell, 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 yell. Maybe I'm just too old for this, but maybe I need to be in the senior center playing bingo. Calmly, without the profanity. Tomorrow morning is the parade. I will be wearing the headpiece I made, and I'll see you in the morning. Sunday, day 3. So I walked in the Pride Parade wearing this. I was repping for my friend's restaurant. Get it? Or I should say I bounced down the street wearing this. Bounced and skipped. And my hip remembers. Time for a hip replacement? If the dancing lesbians on Saturday were a highlight, the parade, I tell you, is just as much of a brilliant memory. I had so much fun in this parade. It was just so fun to be part of something. I can't really even explain why it was so much fun. I guess the acceptance of the crowd, the way the crowd cheered for us, people liked my headpiece. I got to be a little goofy. And as a person who's always been very shy and timid, to draw attention to myself, it was kind of a breakthrough for me to be able to bounce down the street with this tomato head on and actually feel good and happy and want the attention and revel in the attention. It felt really good. And I had so much fun in this parade. Despite the protesters, we were able to find our joy. We already were talking about next year and what we would do differently. It was that great, the experience, that we're already planning for next year's parade. We were walking with the Chamber of Commerce, and from somewhere, I think it was the Chamber of Commerce float or someone right behind them, we kept hearing, hugs, not drugs, hugs, not drugs. And after my paranoid high on Friday night, yeah, I agree with you, hugs, not drugs. And after the adrenaline rush of the parade wore off, it was a long day Sunday. Kylie Minogue wasn't till after 10, and we had the whole day. And I found myself just following around the herd. My friends were all just drinking heavily and wanting to go over here. No, let's go stand over here. No, let's go stand over here. And I just kind of went with it. I was just kind of waiting for Kylie Minogue to come on so that I could, enjoy that and then be done and go home and get some sleep. And in the meantime, an acquaintance of my housemate was there, and he's had some health problems. He was drinking quite a bit, and at one point he said to me, "Where's the bathroom?" And I was trying to explain to him, and then there was suddenly this foul odor, and his face was like this, and then he just ran. And my housemate got a text shortly afterward. "Oh, hey, I'm just really tired and my feet are killing me. I'm going to take off now." So the general consensus is that he had an accident in his pants. So that's unfortunate. But then Kylie Minogue came on, and I was pretty tired by that point. One of my favorite things is when artists make their heartfelt speeches and tell us how much they love us and appreciate us. And so every time Kylie Minogue was speaking, I was trying really hard to hear, but everyone was talking in the crowd, and so I couldn't really hear. So that was disappointing. And this is the third time I've seen Kylie Minogue in concert. We've seen her twice at the Hollywood Bowl already. But yeah, she was great. She's always great. She's very entertaining. And she looked great. Costumes were great. Yeah. But by that point, I don't know, it was so late. I think everybody was just overly either tired or drunk, wasted. I feel like that is kind of sad for the performer because the audience is just like a bunch of zombies at that point. They're performers up there giving their all and putting on a show, and half the people in the audience are just brain dead at that point. So that's a little sad. So, does LGBTQ pride matter? First of all, I always thought it was kind of strange calling it pride. If you are indeed born gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, is that really something to be proud of? It's not something that you chose or that you worked for. For me, being proud means I worked for something, I accomplished something, I achieved something. It's like when people say I'm proud to be an American. I was born an American, so I had no choice. I mean, I love America. It's not perfect by any means, but am I proud to be an American? I didn't do anything to become an American. I just was born an American. So I can't really say I'm proud, just like I can't really say I'm proud to be gay. What I can say I'm proud of is not giving up, being LGBTQ, especially back in the day when I was born, and a lot of people who are in their 50s, 60s, 70s now, when they were young, it was tough because you had to hide who you were. It was so taboo. It was not accepted. Most of us at that point grew up having to hide ourselves and wanting to. And I'm proud that I survived, that I managed to not myself when times were really dark, when I didn't see how I would ever be happy in my life, how I'd ever be able to find any happiness because I had to spend every moment suppressing everything about myself that gave me joy. So maybe that's what LGBT pride is about. It's about persisting, not giving up, finding your place, finding your people, finding joy in a world that does not readily accept you. And although it's a lot better for many people in the world now, there are still countries in the world where you have to hide your identity if you're LGBTQ, where you could be killed and the government wouldn't care because it's a cleansing. So yeah, I guess pride does matter. I had some really wonderful highs and some really crazy lows. This Pride was an emotional roller coaster for me. The way I live my life, everything is a lesson. I look back at this and I learned a lot. I felt a lot. I experienced a lot of emotions, and that's part of my story now. I do wonder about the people who spend the entire weekend totally obliterated with either drugs or alcohol. And I feel like it's kind of sad they're kind of missing it. If you're so obliterated, your mind is a fog. I feel like you're missing out. You're missing out on life. You're missing out on your chance to experience and grow and learn, and holding yourself back. So that part of the culture I think is a little bit sad, but I guess I found the reason for pride, the reason pride is important: surviving and thriving. Survive and thrive. Happy Pride, everybody. It's just the beginning of the month. There's a lot to go. So I hope you use your pride experience to live and find the love for yourself as well as for your community, and even for the protesters who were present. I know they mean well.